Okay, yes. Thank you, Shirley, for the presentation, and thank you, everyone, for your time. We are going to share with all of you how we have implemented Apache Doris. This use case is the migration for a leading Mexican mining company from a cloud service, in this case Azure Synapse, to Apache Doris in order to provide insights in real time from all the uh, trusted system that they have. So then let's start our session. This is the agenda. We're going to talk about the mining company, the challenge that we have with Azure Synapse, why we have selected Apache Doris, the migration strategy and the architecture, the key results and the impact that we have, and the lesson learned, and quick session for question and answers. In this case, about the customer, they are one of the largest cement and concrete producers. That is the reason that they are in the mining sectors. They operate over 5 mines across Mexico. They have over 20,000 employees. They have 24 hours during the 7 days of the week's operation. So then for them, the information is very critical in order to have the real-time information and also to take decision about the mining and the operation of the logistics. Also, they have more than 5 terabytes of operational data produced by the IRP, the social networks, the data feeds, the equipment sensors, the production logs, and also the maintenance records. These come from the cars, from the mining machines, and also it is produced by the logistic, all the information that is requested from the customers, from the distribution centers. So this data is produced everywhere at any time. Also, they have more than two, 200 of daily reports and dashboard across all the departments. They have a heavy reliance on real-time strategic decisioning because this mining company has a cooperative model. The council requires information in order to provide transparent information and also to provide clear decisions based on data and information about uh, any steps that they are going to take. Which were the pain points with Azure Synapse? The first is the high cost because it is a cloud service, the unpredictable pricing, the compute plus the storage scaling led to budget overruns. So then this was very critical in order to take the decision for looking for a new analytics solution. Also, the latency in critical queries was another driver because ad hoc queries on equipment telemetry took over 30 seconds to 2 minutes in order to retrieve and ingest the information into the platform. So then this was another driver. The operational complexity in the infrastructure, you are going to see how the dedicated resources like DBAs and DevOps engineers were required to operate the cloud platform because, of course, they can offer more functionalities, but when you have more moving pieces in an infrastructure like this one, you can have errors or you can have operational issues that must be supported by a specialized personnel. So then we have to reduce this complexity. Also, the limited real-time capabilities, because most of the time we require to run batch services that must be run using pipelines. So then it will cause delays in decision making. So currently the world is based on fast information, on fast system. So we are going to cloud architecture to the offer that Apache Doris has. One of the key evaluation criteria was to have real-time analytics. In this case, to provide sub-second queries that can be achieved only on machines that were located in the same data center and near to the central offices of this company. Low TCO because it has an open source model. It runs on commodity hardware. We don't require to have specialized GPUs or specialized processors. It can run on commodity hardware. In this case, we have deployed running on VMware machines. So then the solution was very easy to implement in the existing infrastructure of our customer. Most of the engineers have understanding about MySQL, and because of the MySQL compatibility, was very easy to do the integration with the current system. And also, we have reused the skills of our engineers. We were also looking for a OLAP engine. We were not looking to create ETL layers, so we're looking for a almost a solution ready. So this was another uh, driver for taking the decision about Apache Doris. And also we have selected Apache Doris because we have noticed that it has a strong community and enterprise support. So all these available on the Apache Doris resources, either on the public web page and also on the Slack channels and the social networks. So, so then we also um, found the features that Apache Doris delivered that were very critical for us. For example, MPP architecture plus vectorized execution, because we have the data ingestion and also the data consumption uh, in a concurrency way. And we were looking for a solution that can help us to achieve this challenge. Also, as I have mentioned, we were moving away from the batch process to streaming. So then the built-in stream and batch ingestion were part of the decision. One for the migration, another for the innovation. In this case, the innovation was the built-in stream for ingesting the information from Kafka streams. And also we were looking to implement uh, very flexible data storage in order to scale in case of future implementation. As I have mentioned, the architecture and the infrastructure that we have been operating in the cloud, I can say that it was complete, but also it adds another layer of complexity. This is the current architecture or the previous architecture that were in the cloud. We only use few functionalities, I can say at 100%, but the other just could lead to issues in the cloud that require the specialized support, or even that specialized support requires to escalate the issue to the laboratory in order to find which were the cause of the issue. And the operation could take more than one day to be restored. So then we were looking for a very simple but a very fast way to implement the ingestion, the data transformation, and the analytics insights. Uh, Without also, we were looking to impact or to have a very low impact on the data visualization. In this case, it is Power BI. So then we have moved to the architecture provided by Apache Doris. This architecture were cleaner, were very easy to understand. The learning process or the learn because based on the experience, but also without the complexity, it helps us to our engineers and architects to implement the functionality from the signups to the Apache Doris. Right now, our trusted source are ERPs like GD Edwards, like social networks, like data feeds, like Excel files, and also from telemetric logs produced by the machines, or also by the transportation trucks that are used for moving the materials or the raw materials, or also the cement produced by the factories. We can track the data and we can produce information from it, from raw data to insight in Power BI in near real-time analytics. We produce ad hoc analytics because we receive information from our customer to implement which were the goals that must be achieved and which were the real events, or the real capacity, even on the factory, on the mining, on the logistic chain. And these were very easy to implement with this architecture. This architecture is available as a blueprint in the Apache Doris. We have followed this architecture, and it is federated. We have created an Apache Doris cluster. This is our infrastructure. This is an 8-node Doris cluster. We have 64 vCPUs with 5 and 1200 gigabytes in RAM. This is on premise in a secure data center near the mining sites and near to the office. So then the latency has dropped almost to zero. We don't have any extra hubs between the offices or the mining sites. So then and deliver it to the end users. We have integrated this with the current LDAP and also with monitoring tool in order to make sure that the Apache Doris cluster is running smoothly during the all the time, 20 20 hours per day, the 7 days of the week. This is the migration strategy that we have followed. We have made an assessment that took 2 weeks. It helped us to do the assessment of the tables and the key reports that we need to migrate. We have implemented a pilot because we need to uh, validate which were the downtime that we need to take for that swap of technology. Then we have to do a parallel run. We have to run with the Synapse Cloud and then the Apache Doris in order to do the data validation, the data ingestion, and also the feedback from the end user. And finally, we have done the cutover and the decommission. Just we have keep the cloud services in a standby mode before shutting down and before closing the account, because we need to do the full switch and to do the training for the data analyst, because continuously we are extracting information. This mining company, uh, I can say that it has more than 62 divisions. So then this 62 division have data requirements every day. And just for doing this task, we have implemented custom Python scripts for schema conversions. We have implemented Apache Kafka plus Flink for real-time ingestion. This helps us to move away from batch processing. Also, we have used the Doris stream and load broker load for historical data. And also some of the business outcomes, they reduce equipment downtime by near 18%. We have faster response for safety alerts. We have enabled predictive maintenance pilots. So this is very important because the maintenance of the machine in the mining sector is crucial for the continuous operation and also for reducing cost. We have some lessons learned. One is start small, prove value fast, because the pilot dashboard, when the executive buy in order to have the approval to continue, to have the go of the project. We have also leveraged MySQL compatibility because the analyst wrote queries immediately. MySQL is a tool that is, I can say, a common skill in all the Mexican universities or technology universities. So then we have more resources that are used to this tool available. Also, we have implemented a plan for data validation. It is important to use checksum and route counts during the cutover in order to make sure that the migration has been executed successfully. On-premise doesn't mean all, because modern analytics thrive outside the cloud because data restriction, cross-border policies, and data privacy. For example, we are going to start with a project using AIs and large language model or LLMs in order to use this information, but they are also local deployments in order to do the data protection. Also, community matters. Apache, Doris, Slack, and GitHub accelerated the troubleshooting. It helped us to identify which were the issues that we could face and the lesson learned by any other um, users of Apache Doris. And what's next? We want to expand to more business unit by the second quarter of the next year. We're going to integrate with AI and machine learning models for uh, uh, predictive understanding of the information. And we want to contribute back, exploring open sourcing the ingestion framework that can be useful for any other community members. And well, this is the moment for the question and answers. These are our company webpage and also my email. I am the CTO of Fintecheando. And well, I am including the Apache Doris GitHub and the official doc webpage in order to explore also the solution that Apache Doris already have. And well, it has been a pleasure to be with you, and we will be in contact very soon. Thank you, Shirley, and thank you, everyone. I am ready to solve any question if there are any of them.